Hello, it's Billy from Santi Samples, and it is my privilege to bring you our latest creation, Shire Winds, the Folk Wind Collection. Shire Winds is a collaboration with Stewart Mcilwham, a principal piccolo and folk wind specialist with countless film score sessions to his name and principal chair positions from principal piccolo of the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra to his current position as principal piccolo of the London Philharmonic Orchestra. Be sure to check out our feature interview with Stewart that looks at the instruments in question as he demonstrates their unique qualities in performance. As a titan of the industry and a master of his craft, I'm humbled to have been able to create this unique and deeply characterful curation of folk wind instruments with him. In our most powerful engine to date, we have incredibly intuitive performance modes that require zero programming, with all articulations adapting and playing on the fly based on the user's performance input entirely, with the option still being there to dig in deeper and adjust settings to taste to get the most out of the library specific to your performance. From scale-linked ornamental phrasing that will adaptively play the correct intervals based on the scale chosen, to our adaptive legato mode that will flip from fast to slow transitions on the spin of a dime based around user-set thresholds for either speed or velocity. Included in the pack are 6 instrument groups. Perhaps the most iconic and idiosyncratic to be used in scores and folk tunes alike is the Irish folk whistle. Just so much character and charm in every note. Coupled with the powerful performance mode, you can immediately create a deeply characterful performance on the fly. Now onto the Irish low whistle. Brooding, warm, and almost melancholy tone to that instrument. Now the wooden Celtic flute. The warm wooden quality of that instrument really punches through on the ornamental playing. Okay, onto the Celtic Piccolo Flute. A playful and delicate tone, where again the woody quality of the tone really shines through. Now a far-flung instrument that really invokes a sense of mystery and exploration, the Asian bamboo flute. Immediate inspiration flows from this instrument. Finally, we have a composite instrument of sorts, a collection of recorders from a low tenor all the way to the sopranino. Perfect for tapping into a medieval and ancient sound palette. Okay, let's take a quick look at the interface and the deep scripting capabilities that allow this library to sing without the need for extensive hands-on programming. Whilst most major controls are accessible from the front page, there are also 2 further control pages in the form of mixer page and an effects page. The mixer page allows you to control the purging of mic positions that are not needed, along with the levels and pan controls of each mic. Set in a visual way that represents the original position of the mics in relation to Stewart playing, we also have legato transition volumes here, Key sound mechanical volume levels, the sound the instrument makes when a finger pad strikes a sound hole, a crucial element in adding detail and realism to the overall sound. On the effects page, we have a simple delay and reverb unit with all of the expected controls. Okay, let's head back to the front performance page and dive into the overall interface. From the left, we have the various articulations on offer per instrument with an overlay threshold control on each articulation. When in overlay mode, selectable via the performance tab here, you can assign a specific lower threshold and higher threshold for each individual articulation. And when you play an articulation with playback dependent on how hard or soft you have hit the note, this is your velocity and it links directly in overlay mode to the thresholds you set on the controls, giving a deep, intuitive and performance-led way to control the instrument's playback style. We have built in two presets for this, Performance 1 and Performance 2. These will snap the instrument to preset overlay thresholds, most common in the instrument, and allow you to simply play accessing different sounds via velocity, meaning a simple velocity adjustment inside your DAW if you would like a different articulation to sound for any given note, stopping the need to change often cumbersome key switches. Though those who prefer a key switching method can still access this style by simply selecting the key switching mode. And now when you select a sound, any previously selected sound will turn off and you can access the articulations one at a time in the usual key switching style. Additionally, most articulations are also loaded with an infinity mode. As is natural to wind instruments, notes do not naturally last forever, like that of a bow, but rather taper off with the natural length of a breath. Infinity mode allows for this to be removed with the use of loops, and in the case of shorter notes like Marcato or grace notes, the loops intelligently loop back into the expressive longs for a full note after the initial inflection. This gives ultimate flexibility in the writing process and allows for any length of note or phrase to be played. Opting to turn this mode off will ultimately give a more realistic and nuanced performance, but the option to turn the notes infinite is there for the users that require this level of flexibility. Okay, on the performance tab, we have the usual expression and dynamics controls, along with the scale mode, selection menu, true legato controls for turning legato on and off, along with setting the legato type. New to this instrument as well, we have made the thresholds at which the legato changes a user adjustable parameter. So sliding the speed threshold up or down to change in milliseconds to the point at which the legato changes style, or velocity to adjust the same thing but reacting to velocity instead. It's worth mentioning that as well as the fixed fast and slow legato types, the slur articulation can be used to great effect when wanting a more extreme portamento style glide between notes. Used in conjunction with the fast transitions, as is standard on the performance modes, and then playing in the velocity range set out by the overlay thresholds. In this case, slides are set to the softest triggered articulation, so I'll need to play below 35 in velocity to access them in this particular setup. I now have fast legato for quick phrasing and then very slurred transitions when playing softly. An incredibly useful addition to the legato setup. We've already discussed the key switching and overlaying controls and the performance modes. On the right of the instrument, we have the instrument selection switches. This allows you to change which instrument you are using. We opted to house all instruments within the one interface here for maximum flexibility and ease of use, as opposed to 6 individual NKI files. Finally, with every purchase of Shire Winds, you also get a completely free copy of an exclusive percussion library dedicated to stylistically supporting the folk winds instruments, Shire Perk, a percussion collection for foot stomps and claps to a doumbek drum, a bodhrán drum and tambourine. Okay, that has been an in-depth look at Shire Winds, the folk wind collection, a huge new leap forward in user functionality that is performance-led in every measurable way. Head to insanitysamples.com to pick up your copy now. Thanks for watching.